What is going on, people? It has been a little bit of time since I've gone live. I don't really even know who follows me still. Appears like I got about 400 or 500 followers still. Hopefully you guys still tune in and check in every once in a while. So what my goal is tonight is to just touch on a few things that have occurred over the past few weeks. Get an idea if you guys can hear me at first. Maybe wait a few minutes or seconds or however long we need to for a few people to join in. Can you tell me if you can hear me okay? Looks like I got somebody in the room. Can you type something and let me know if you can hear me okay? It's been a minute. No? Okay. So basically, I've been trying to stay low-key on the internet because I know if you go out and you say what you believe and you touch on certain subjects on the internet or on YouTube, there's a lot of things that we're not allowed to discuss. So for me, I've tried to be quiet, just try to be active, building a positive relationship with my family, and just trying to figure out a way to come up with a positive solution to fix what we got going on. Because the relationship with the American people and I guess you could say the fabric of our community and our culture is just coming apart at the seams. So for me, it's important that I become more solution-based. There are times, of course, where I go out and I rant and I rave and I scream and I yell and, I do what I always used to do, which is occasionally vent because, of course, the world is weighing down on me, what is that? More or less when we're depressed or we're upset, we go out and do things and say things maybe and act out, right? Get a little childish at times. So I live in California. I don't know if, any of my followers are out of the States or what. I looked at the demographics of some of my followers. It appears like I got a pretty good spread out group of people. But one thing that I've noticed is people here in California are not really aware of what's going on with the geopolitical. They're really focused on what's going on here in California, so they miss the big picture. And I've been trying to discuss with people around that I come across, like what's going on in Australia, what's going on in Germany and France, places like that where we're having mass protests. People are in the streets every day fighting with the government. You see the Australian government is out with the military. They are attacking citizens in the street. If you don't have your COVID passport, if you don't follow the rules, the social distancing, they've got drones, they've got cameras everywhere, they've got loudspeakers, they've got helicopters. They're shooting rubber bullets at people. Okay, so the VAXX is a real touchy subject. Okay, it's not something you're really allowed to touch on too much here on YouTube. So you have to be careful what rhetoric you choose to use, right? When we talk about the VAXX, it's not something that I support. It's not something I really want to touch on too much. But in terms of the reason why these people are out protesting, they all have one thing in common, and that is the forced El Jabo, which is basically medical tyranny. And a lot of people in the world do not want to be told what to do with their bodies. Okay, so for the last few years, you've been hearing people on the left talking about my body, my choice, and basically telling you that you can't tell women what it is they can do with themselves. They should be allowed to have abortions. They should be allowed to do whatever they want. Well, 2 or 3 years go by. The Me Too movement ends, and now we're into a new stage of the new world order, the globalist movement, where they want full control of your body autonomy. They want to control what you eat. They want to control, oh wow, your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try to reconnect. That's probably why I don't have anybody in the room. I wonder why my internet's bad. I pay for top of the line internet. I'm not sure if it's still live. But yeah, people don't want to be told what goes in their body, what they're supposed to eat, how they're supposed to act. And what you're seeing is globally, the powers to be are telling people what they can and can't do. You're seeing prime ministers coming out and telling you that you're never going to see the world that we used to know again. You're going to be living under this new medical tyranny. So if you don't think that that's going to be coming to America, or if that's going to be coming to the United States anytime soon, you're mistaken. Because I can guarantee you the only reason why it hasn't come to the United States yet, as open as it is in these other countries, is because we still have our firearms. If we didn't have the Second Amendment to protect us, and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, what little is left of those, we would be really, really hurting right now. Okay? So what we need to do is stay diligent, stay focused, goal-oriented, unite, get phone numbers, email lists, connect with people, build relationships with your neighbors, your friends, those of you close by. Have an idea who has received the jab, who hasn't received the jab. Keep track of those people. Kind of keep your medical information to yourself, because I do feel that here in America, within the next 2 years, you're going to be experiencing high levels of snitching and tracking and tracing, and people that you thought were your friends are not going to be who you thought they were. Friends and family will be turning in their relatives and loved ones to increase their social credit score. So we need to be prepared for the strikes that will be coming to our country. And if you look at what's going on worldwide, what goes on in Europe and Australia and other places like that, especially like white Christian European countries, it has a tendency to come to our lands relatively quick afterwards, right? Europe is usually a little bit ahead of us, but we usually catch on not too long after. And so what you're seeing is vaccine passports. You're seeing, well, they claim they're not vaccine. They call them green shields or whatever. And again, you got to be careful with the rhetoric, right? Because I don't want to get flagged for any sort of misinformation. But if you go on the internet and you just look at what's going on in Europe and Australia, United Kingdom, the lockdowns, the door-to-door, people can't even go to church, okay? So that's one of the major things that I want to talk about. First off, another one is got to be the crazy amount of immigrants that are coming to the border. The border is jam-packed, okay? It is completely overrun by Haitians. I'm seeing the Texas border being lined with vehicles and cars and trucks so that they can attempt to build some form of a wall, because the Biden administration has completely hampered their ability to build a wall with the money they were given. See what's going on with the internet? I don't know why. Can you hear me okay? Hello, hello? I don't know what's going on. I'm going to stop this stream because it keeps just saying unstable.